Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us online. We're going to take a couple minutes and just hang out a little bit as people are signing on, and then we're going to get to some questions and some answers. So as we just hang out, we're just going to talk amongst ourselves right now. Are you ready to talk a little bit?
Well, I thought I'd start off with some good news, some positive news, something you need to hear. A Harvard University study reveals that people who volunteer actually live longer. People who volunteer live longer, and it's true. The study was done on people over 50 years of age, so there you go. And those who volunteer at least 2 hours a week have a lower mortality rate, a better sense of well-being, and are generally healthier than those who don't volunteer. Isn't that great? Which is a good reason for you to volunteer. In fact, at Broadway, if you volunteer enough hours, we won't let you die or get sick because you will become indispensable to us. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's good news, huh?
This is the kind of hard-hitting news that they were looking for today, for sure.
Listen, John Krasinski just sold his Good News show. Did you know that?
Yeah.
For a mega deal.
Yeah.
To Viacom. Go figure, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. And then she accused me of being immature, and I said, "Get out of my fort."
Oh, brother. We're going to wait just a little bit longer to do some questions and answers. But it's been a long time since we've actually done an update, and so it's good for us to do an update with you and kind of catch you up on where we are and what's happening right now. And do you have anything else you want to anything pithy?
What's
that you want to say?
What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a bicycle and a poorly dressed man on a unicycle? You know?
I would not even
attire. I've got one for you. What's green, fuzzy, and if it fell out of a tree, it would kill you?
Green and fuzzy. Is that a leaf?
No, a pool table.
A pool. You know, it's been a long time since he's been able to tell some jokes.
What did Kermit the Frog say at Jim Henson's funeral? Nothing.
How do you know?
Have we filled enough time?
How do you know that?
Well, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Pretty sure about that one.
Well, we want to do a question and answer time just to kind of say, hey, as it comes to reopening this week, for the first time since March 15th, everything on campus in terms of the ministry we're going to have will be live.
Yay.
We'll have live music. We're going to have live communion, MC. We're going to have live teaching. So we're really excited about that. So here's the first question I have, and I get to ask the question and you get to answer the question.
I will try to answer the question.
Yeah. And if you don't answer correctly,
you will jump in.
I will help you out.
Yes, you sure will.
What are our service times on the 14th?
This coming Sunday, listen carefully. Our live service times, our in-person service times are at 9 and 10:30 for the classic. 9 and 10:30 for the classic. And then the modern services are at 9:30 and 11 a.m. All these are a.m. times on Sundays. So once again, classic 9 and 10:30, modern 9:30 and 11, live everything. This is the first time, as JK said, in a couple, 3 months, where we'll have live teaching, live music, everything will be live. We are so excited that we can finally kind of resume a sense of normalcy when we get back together.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. And our online service times, we want you to join us online if you're not ready yet to come in person. Online service times are 8, 9, 10, and 11. The 8 and the 10 are the classic times. The 9 and the 11 are the modern times. Right. And so the message that we'll be preaching here, you'll hear online for the most part. Okay, so that'll be great, right?
Yeah.
Was there something I was supposed to cover?
I think that was great.
Okay.
Surprisingly, you did well.
Well, I'm surprised. Yes.
Good job.
Very surprisingly. Okay, John. When will children's ministry resume?
Well, that's a great question. So not yet, but we've got it targeted for July 5th. And as it's coming back on July 5th, it's going to be from the hours of 10:30. You can drop your nursery, so babies and children off between 10:30, and it will run up until 12:30. So really connecting with the 11 o'clock modern service. And again, that's nursery and children's. And not just that children's is returning, but obviously our question is about all the other things that we have coming up. And the best way for you to find out is to go to our website, go to our news and events tab, and click on that. But I just wanted to update you. So continuing online Bible studies that are going to go through the rest of the summer. Kim Bristol, one of the pastors here at Broadway Christian Church, is going to be teaching through Zoom. And you can get signed up by calling our church office or go online and sign up. And we have studies that are going on right now at 10 o'clock on Wednesday or 6 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday night. And you can go and get signed up. And they're going through the book of Thessalonians right now. And then pretty soon they're
Second
Thessalonians, that is correct. Thank you. And then they're going to go through the book of Hebrews as that Second Thessalonians studies wraps up. And then they're going to start Hebrews, which is going to be great. And Kim's leading out through that. So that's a way to stay connected if you choose to do online Bible study. And if you want to do in-person study, Women's has got they're starting up July 8th here on campus in the South Lobby classroom, and you sign up online to be a part of that study. We have Celebrate Recovery Ministry that's starting back the week of this upcoming next week on Thursday. We have Prayer Ministry coming back on the 24th of June, which is 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning. And I would think we would all agree more than ever we need to be just diligent about the prayers of all the things that are going on today in our world and our culture.
For sure.
And you can join in that ministry. We have VBS that's going to be happening in July. So that's Vacation Bible School for our children. And that's going to be July 13th through the 17th. And we need some people to serve in that. As John said, as he started off,
you want to live longer? Come and serve at VBS. There you go.
There we go.
It'll seem like you're living longer, if nothing else. That week will drag by, believe me.
It's one of the most exciting things that we do, our Vacation Bible School.
It is really, it's a great week.
And we need some people to serve in that area. So if you would like to serve, do that. Also, we have our junior high and high school, a camp that's going to be run just for our kids only up at the American Indian Christian Mission, which is going to be July 26th through the 31st. So a lot of things coming back, a lot of things returning, open up slowly. And again, our goal through all this is to be very careful and very safe in regards to all the things that are happening around us. So that's just a little bit about what's going on. Again, keep up online, social media, and we just update it regularly. So please pay attention to that.
Okay.
You ready for the next question?
Fire away, man.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Here's probably the biggest question that people want to know, and I think it's a great question for us to answer is, do I need to wear a mask when I come on June 14th, Sunday morning?
No, you don't have to wear a mask. Listen, we want you to be comfortable, whatever you decide to do. So if you feel better about wearing a mask, by all means, wear a mask. And listen, the thing is that where we started asking people to reserve and we kind of dictated what seats you could sit in, we have plenty of room for you to come. And when you show up, you sit where you're comfortable, okay? And if you want a physical distance from other people, that's great. Come and sit where you're comfortable. And if someone comes close to you and you don't want them to come close to you, just glare at them, all right? That's what I would do. I'd give it kind of an angry stare, and they'll probably get the idea.
You can just tell somebody not to sit next to you. And this is the first time in church, nobody will be offended by that. Yeah.
In fact, it's a good idea when you come, if you feel like you're going to be sitting too close to somebody, rather the 6 foot deal, might be a good idea to say, would it be okay if I sit here? And if they say, no, I'm not comfortable with that, then probably move to another area. Trust me when I tell you, there's plenty of room for you, okay? So, no, masks are not required. And by the way we're doing our services now, we're not passing the offering plates, we're not passing communion trays. And so it's pretty much a no-touch environment if you want it to be, okay? Yeah. So feel good, feel comfortable. If you want to wear a mask, if you want to wear gloves, some people are, most people aren't. It's whatever you feel best about, okay?
That's right. And we are providing water bottles and coffee. Of course, if you have a mask on, it's pretty hard to drink the water.
Actually, the water bottles, we're changing it. I don't know if I told you this. We're just, if people get thirsty, we've got a garden hose. We're going to squirt the water in your general direction. It's up to you to swallow it, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, the questions have been pouring in by the hundreds. or thousands.
Thousands.
And we've whittled the questions down to the top 4 or 5. Okay, I will just tell you that right now. John, what's the long-term plan for us here at Broadway?
Yeah.
Given the coronavirus and all the quarantining and all the stuff that's happened and the concerns, what are we doing long-term?
Right. So long-term, one of the things that we did, and you notice, again, we changed service times this upcoming Sunday back to more of what our normal schedule is. So the 9, the 10:30, the 9:30, and the 11. The only service that's missing right now is the 7:30. And when that's necessary to bring that back, well, that'll come back as well. But long-term, we recognize we're going to have some people that will come and be in-person service, and then we're going to have some people that need to stay home because they feel vulnerable when it comes to Corona. So we're going to provide online ministry for the unforeseeable future. And the way that we're going to do that in the future is we're going to do a live stream, which means what happens in the services on Sunday morning, you'll be able to see that in real time as it's going on. And then we'll be able to really gather even better than we have in this past couple of months. And so we're really excited about that. We don't have a specific date when live stream will happen, but we'll keep you updated on that. We're working really hard to get all those pieces together so that we can do it and do it really well. But we're excited about the live stream piece. And as we've been kind of just navigating like how we're going to do things in the future, we recognize that we're going to have stuff online and we're going to have stuff on person so that people can make a decision in that moment what they feel comfortable with and participate and gather together as a church. We don't want to forsake the need for the church to gather together. That's so important right now, that we don't stop meeting with one another, whether that's in person or online. We just want to make it possible for you.
Okay.
I have one more question for you.
I thought you did. I was waiting for the question. Out of the thousands, we've whittled these down to, again, the essential ones.
Well, here's the biggie. Is there anything else that we need to know?
Listen, we love you guys. And this has been weird, okay? Just all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's been different. It's been surreal. We all get that. And it's kind of becoming our new normal. Whether you choose to be in person with us or whether you choose to remain online with us, we just want you to be part of Broadway. We want you to feel that you're every bit a part of this congregation, no matter what your status is. And by the way, I can speak for the staff and for everybody, for the leadership, so appreciative of the financial support, the generosity that our congregation has shown during the quarantine. We went, was it 9 Sundays, 10 Sundays without meeting? And yet the giving was just substantial and really extraordinary. So kudos to everybody for that. Way to go. And so once again, I would just say that feel comfortable, whatever your decision is, okay? If it's not right for you to come back, then feel good about being home. But we want you to feel connected, okay? And if there's a way we can connect better to you, please let us know. We want you to just experience all of the richness of our church as much as possible, okay?
Yeah, for sure. So just remember, be flexible with us. We're making changes as quick as we can, but we're trying to think long-term as well. And so understand that the best way, again, for you to find out what's going on a weekly basis, social media, our website, bccmesa.com, click on the news and events page, and just keep up with whatever we have going on. We're excited about the days to come, and we hope that we can get in the near future back together physically as soon as possible with all of you. But until then, we'll also see you online as well. Other than that, I think that's it for us today. Everybody, thank you for joining in with us.
God bless, guys.
And we'll see you soon.